going on, everyone? Welcome back to Big Apple Baseball Banter. Today, we will be recapping a couple Mets games and a couple other stuff. Let's banter. All right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Big Apple Baseball Banter, episode 30. Got quite a show for you guys today. Got a couple little housekeeping stuff to get to at the beginning, and then we're going to get into some of the topics for today as I'm lagging like crazy. Hang on. And I was planning on having the game on while doing this, but I'm lagging too much. So, Adam Gase, what's up, man? Jose, what's going on, bro? So, let's get some housekeeping stuff out of the way, and then just a channel update we're going to start with. So, you guys know it's just me now. Ben's no longer part of the show. Still part of our Instagram. He's still going to do that, make those fire memes like he does, but doesn't have the time to do the videos anymore. So quick update. So now pretty much the sole focus of the channel is going to be this podcast. And by podcast, I mean, it's not just going to be some live stream. We're just going to be making, get distracted all the time, even though I love you guys answering the chat. I'm going to try to make this more like professional structured podcast. And then afterwards, throughout the week, I'll clip parts and put clips of that on YouTube for you guys to see afterwards. Let's get back to the chat real quick. What's up, King Jong Trump? Humma, what's up, guys? What's going on, everyone? Appreciate you guys. So, what we're going to do first is and also, this is a big announcement too. Down below in our link tree, all of our stuff now is on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere you get a podcast, and I've made sure to update all the previous episodes. So now every episode will be going onto iTunes, Spotify. If you use iTunes or Apple Podcasts, as they call it, please leave us a 5-star, get the show out more. But we're really pushing, for the YouTube channel, for all these streaming platforms, because I might be able to get paid for the streaming platforms. So appreciate you guys doing that. But let's get into, and also the way I'm going to be doing the the series recaps now is I'm not going to go, every game since last episode. I'm just going to be recapping each series, and then I'll clip it individually and put that video, a separate video for guys who missed the stream or didn't want to watch the whole stream. So let's start with our recap. And of course, at the end, we're going to do callers. And then also tonight, for all you NFL fans, I'm going to be doing a draft live stream. I think at 8:10 it's going to start. Just so I'll have a quick break after this stream. We're probably going to go till 8. And we're probably just going to do a half hour with all the topics, maybe a bit longer, and then we'll go to some of the callers. Let's start with the recap of the Mets at Chicago. This series sucked, man. It was terrible. It was a big bummer. We got swept, and one of the games was an absolute blowout. Let's start with game one, though. Start the game pretty decent. Talon Walker looks okay. Had a leadoff walk initially. Not fun. And then the offense goes back to doing nothing. JD Davis walks, nothing happens. And I'm looking at the summary of the game here. 1, 2, 3 inning for Walker, looks good. Offense continues to do nothing. Lindor's just really struggling. And then right here we have the first error from JD Davis. He looked dreadful, man. His defense this game was bad. Talon gets out of the inning. Dom hits a single, but then the Mets do the Mets. They don't do anything with it. Taiwan has kind of a rough inning, scores a run here. It's 2-0 Chicago at this point. And then continuously, Taiwan walks the pitcher. He walks Arrieta. That's when he knew this game was going downhill. Ian Happ walks, and then mound visit. Contreras walks. Mound visit again, and Taiwan Walker gets ejected. Not fun, but it was a good ejection. Because Salmon comes in, strikes out Rizzo. Good job there. JD Davis then recovers a bit from his defense, hits a home run center field, and then the Mets do nothing. Just a bunch of outs. Although VR singled, because that's, of course, what happens. Lindor got a walk. Dom Smith grounded out, though. Inning over. Jacob Barnes comes in, and Chris Bryant reaches on another JD Davis error. Terrible day defensively for him, man. Jason Hayward flies out to Dom. You get the deal. Javi Baez strikes out. What's new? Rex Brothers comes in. 1-2-3 inning. Meanwhile, after Conforto, Luis Rojas got ejected. That was nice to see because he actually stood up for his guys. So shout out to him for that. After that, Eric Sogard singles. Matt Duffy grounds into a double play. Barnes gets out of it. Brandon Workman comes in. The Mets continuously do nothing. Next inning, Darius Familia comes in, pitches an okay inning. Then top of the eighth, Andrew Chafin comes in. The Mets, Dom hit a single, but that's all really what happened. And just the game ended. It was an awful game, man. It was, what was the score of this one? 1-3. Terrible. That's not getting to the next game, though. We lost 4-16. And the only takeaway I have of this game really is the managing. The fact that Luis Rojas used all of his good bullpen arms on this game just to have him not be available for next game. Miguel Castro would not be available for the next game when we really could have used him. I'm not going to even recap this game. Tell me what you guys think of, if you actually want me recapping the games or just you want to give my thoughts or whatnot. But this game is just a complete blowout. Trevor Hildenberger looked absolutely dreadful again. He's my dud of the game for sure. Gave up the grand slam to Javi Baez, who was having an awful series. But man, that mismanagement came into play next game. So Mets are semi-competitive throughout the whole game. And then Edwin Diaz comes into the ninth, pitches well, and then he has to go again in the 10th because we have no one else in the bullpen capable. And then that leads to Hayward walking it off. So awful mismanagement for Rojas using, in my opinion, your second best reliever this year in a blowout. You should have just put, a long guy out there, a position player, which did end up happening. But yeah, this series was a disaster. Really needed to win. And boy, oh boy, we got a win. For the next one, Jacob deGrom, 6-0 game. 6-0 game, like I said, phenomenal. 15 strikeouts, probably the best game of his career. He also had, I think, 2 hits, 1 RBI. He scored a run too. Just pure dominance from Jacob deGrom, man. He's my stud of the game. Let me see if you guys, for all you studs and duds fans, I forgot to pull these up. But this past week, I'm sorry if I'm looking down. I'm looking at my notes here. My studs and duds these games were. So we go into the Chicago series. Game 1, J. Davis was my man. I'm gonna clipping this. I'm getting used to this whole solo pod thing, man. But I should have done the studs and duds to the Chicago series before I moved on to the National series. Forgive me for that. My stud for the first game, J.D. Davis's bat. My stud and Christian Vasquez doubles. Top of the second. Oh, great. All right, Mets are down 1-0. J. Davis's glove though was a dud. It was terrible. Francisco Lindor also in that blowout game. He got his first career home run with the Mets. That was great. Not his first career, but his first home run with the Mets. And Trevor Hildenberger, like I said, was dreadful. Sean Reed Foley though, that game, boy, 3 perfect job. And then Joey Lucchesi looked terrible. Moving on to the Washington series. Now, this is how I transition. Let's go to the chat real quick. Is Meth insert TBR with Aiden gonna be on here? They might call in, but I don't believe so. And it says my connection's having issues. Let me know if you guys can hear me. But moving on to the National Series. Now, this is the correct transition. Jacob deGrom was the absolute stud of this game. I think now that I'm doing it out loud, I think it sounds better not just go play by play. I'm just going to recap the game to the best of my ability without, just being boring and whatnot. Just figuring it out still. But game 1 versus Nationals, Jacob deGrom shoved it. 6 innings, 15 strikeouts. Or no, 9 innings, complete game shutout. 0 runs, 2 hits, 15 strikeouts. Absolutely phenomenal. Got a few hits there, scored an RBI. Phenomenal. Tomas Nido didn't do anything that game, though. Good defense. That's about it. Next game, this game was a stinker. I was asleep for most of it. I had a day nap, but Michael Conforto, he finally hit a home run. He's looking a lot better now. He's my stud of the game. Stephen Tarpley, too, was dreadful. He didn't get an out. He's my dud. I thought about Marcus Stroman. Marcus Stroman was terrible, too. It really seemed like the umpires are kind of getting in his head. But they're bad calls. But he was bad. But Stephen Tarpley was worse. He was terrible and got sent down. Next game, huge win here. Pete Alonso, my stud. Talon Walker, the great star. Almora had that great catch out there. 4-0 score, I believe. But Brandon Nimmo is my dud. Weird game for him. Didn't get on base, which is very on Nimmo-like. It turned out he's a little bit banged up, but he's now back in the lineup, and he just got on base earlier the game that's going on right now. That's the Red Sox. Mets are playing right now with Jacob deGrom on the mound. Wish I could watch it, but I'm doing this. I was going to have it on at the same time, but oh well, connection issues. But overall, the Mets versus Nationals games, I didn't expect a series sweep. Our bats were ice cold. Our pitching was phenomenal outside the second game, which is a big stinker. I didn't expect the sweep, though. So, I mean, going into the series now, and I guess we'll move on to the next series. The game last night was bad. Couldn't get hits off of Garrett Richards, which is just embarrassing. We scored 1 run on a Jeff McNeil home run. Offense was dreadful. Peterson looked all right. He looked fairly good, I'd say. I think he only gave up 2 runs, so he gave the solo homer to Dahlback. But yeah. So let's get into an interesting topic I was talking about with some other Mets fans about what did the Mets do with Robinson Cano after this year. So Robinson Cano obviously acquired in 2019, before the 2019 season, for Jared Kelenic, Justin Dunn. I think it was Gerson Batista, Jay Bruce, Anthony Swarzak, him and Edwin Diaz to the Mets. And so far that trade's been an absolute flop. Kelenic's become one of the best prospects in baseball. Even if he busts, we still could have gotten so much more. I think the trade's a lose-lose. Diaz was dreadful his first year, good last year, really good so far this year. Not too worried about him. I think he's a very good reliever. Cano, though, we didn't need him. We already had a second baseman in Jeff McNeil coming off a good rookie year. We had Pete Alonso in the farm system, so the 2 positions that Robinson Cano played, second base, first base, already taken care of. And his contract is just atrocious. It's so bad. 2019, terrible. Hurt a lot of the year. When he was hurt, I was happy. Not that he was hurt. I was happy he wasn't playing because I want to see the young guys play. Young team with good chemistry. Let him play, man. Last year, good year. Got busted for PEDs, though. Pretty clear why he was good last year. Suspended the whole year. This is his second offense for PEDs. And the interesting thing is he's coming back on the books next year. We saved, I think, $24 million coming in this year. But it's going to be tough, man, with that contract. So what do? There's a couple options, I think. And let me know, let me know in the chat, guys, what you guys think. You can either dump the contract, just cut him outright. In my opinion, just as long as he's not on the team next year, he's not going to be on the team next year. I think that's pretty damn clear. I think he's taken his last pitch as a Met, taking his last inning in the field, whatever you want to say. He's played his last game with the Mets. Thank God. He was bad. Now you can either front load or back load the contract, force get him to restructure it. I would be in favor of front loading it just so you get all the money out, now. You don't deal with a Bobby Bonilla situation, just defer the money. It's interesting, though. Or you can force a grievance like they did with Cespedes. I'm not entirely knowledgeable on how that works, whether or not you can, say, hey, you cheated. Give me my money back. Get off my books. We're not paying you, man. But it's an interesting situation, man. All I know is this team is too good to be, and with this new regime, if the Wilpons were still here, Robinson Cano would play out his contract. He'd be playing every day. With this regime, Steve Cohen's saying, I don't care how much you're getting paid. If you suck, you're not playing. And obviously, Steve Cohen doesn't make the game decisions, which, of course, he doesn't make roster decisions. But he's not saying, hey, he has to play because I'm paying him this much. It's an acquirement from the former regime, terrible regime with Brody Van Wagenen and all those clowns. So the bottom line is Robinson Cano is not going to be on the team next year. At least he better not be. And maybe you play him on the bench. You keep him on the bench, you give him no playing time. He starts complaining about it. I mean, he started complaining about being a DH last year. The dude starts complaining about it. Hopefully he just retires. That's the other option too. Hopefully he just retires, but why the hell would he do that if he can just get released and still make the money? Because obviously in the MLB, contracts are fully guaranteed. So yeah, that's what I think about the Robinson Cano contract. Now that I think about it, I talked really fast there, but and we're still doing good on time, but yeah, I got to slow down a bit with my words. So the next topic I want to get into is why the Yankees aren't World Series contenders. Like I said, me doing the solo show now, we're not going to be talking much Yankees. I'm not a Yankee fan. I only know a little bit about the Yankees. And all I know is coming into this year, I was not a fan of their roster on paper. I didn't think they had the greatest offseason. And here's why I don't think they're World Series contenders. Now I'm going to say something that's going to contradict that. They have an easy shot at making it to the World Series this year. And that's solely because the American League is not good. I mean, the White Sox are struggling. The Twins have looked dreadful. And I know it's only April, late April. The season just started. We're a month in pretty much. But with this Yankees team on paper, I'm not a fan, if we're being honest. I said throughout the whole offseason, the Mets are a better team than the Yankees, and no one believed me. Everyone thought I was an idiot. Everyone thought I was a biased Mets fan. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So let's get into why. It's a super undynamic lineup. Now, the Yankees are a prime example of having an all-star team does not garner you great success. You need to have a well-constructed lineup, a versatile lineup. They have a bunch of guys, right-handed bats, who hit for power and strike out a lot. Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Gary Sanchez, Luke Voit, who hasn't even played yet this year. Gleyber Torres, maybe you can put him in that category. In his best year, he had 38 home runs. Even Clint Frazier, he's not playing well this year either. And also, that wasn't my only issue with the team. Yeah, the strikeouts and the injuries, all that. How about the pitching staff? I was not a fan of the Yankees' moves in the pitching staff this offseason. Garrett Coley's phenomenal. Probably the second best pitcher in baseball. He's awesome. After that, what do you really have? Luis Severino's coming back from injury, and he's been hurt a bunch before, but you don't rely on a guy coming back from Tommy John when you're trying to win a World Series. Corey Kluber, I mean, dude's hurt all the time. He hasn't been good in who knows how long, and he's struggling this year. Jameson Taillon, another super injury prone. A low risk, high reward because you didn't have to give up too much, I guess. But, I mean, is he your 3-starter on a World Series team? I don't think so. Jordan Montgomery, Davy Garcia. I mean, they're young guys with a lot to prove. I was told coming into the season, they got Domingo Germán. Watch out. Dude got optioned to the alternate side. Right? He's been dreadful. Not only is he a piece of shit person, he's been terrible. So, I mean, I think these Yankees struggles are legit. It's not just a factor of, if you guys are hurt. Luke Voit, he's only going to do so much with this team, man. Also, the defense has been terrible. Gleyber Torres is not an MLB shortstop. Everyone's always already making the Trevor Story jersey swaps because they need a legit shortstop, which is interesting. Who do you get rid of in that infield? Do you move Gleyber? Do you move Voit? Who do you trade? I think Yankee fans want Gleyber to be traded, how bad he's been this year. And but how good would Trevor Story be in this team? Yeah, he'll improve the defense, but another right-handed power bat who strikes out a ton. You need guys who can do more than one thing. The only left-handed bat is Aaron Hicks, and he's a switch hitter. You don't have any actual left-handed bats in this lineup. And, I'm not, like I said, I'm not just fully overreacting to what the Yankees have done this year. Yeah, they haven't been good. Aaron Boone's also not a good manager. Many Yankee fans have told me he's great. He's not. I think that's pretty clear. But that's just my thought on the Yankees, man. I don't think they're legit. And if they make the World Series, they ain't winning it, man. Not with this roster. And I think they're a playoff team, but people are starting to question whether or not they're a playoff team with how bad they're playing. So changes definitely need to be made. And the issues that are happening right now happened last year. If last year didn't have the expanded postseason, the Yankees would not be in the playoffs last year. The Indians had a better record than them. The Twins had a better record, or the White Sox had a better record. They made it on a wild card or the second place thing. Yeah, they made the second place thing, but they wouldn't have made a wild card. Last year, first place teams all made it. Second place teams all made it, and 2 wild cards. Obviously, in the National League, Marlins and the Brewers. It was there are 3 wild cards. Because the wild cards were the Brewers, the Nationals. What am I saying? The Brewers, the Cardinals, and the Reds. No, the Brewers, Cardinals, and Marlins. The Marlins came in second place. Forget what I'm saying. I should have looked this out. I forgot. Marlins are in second place. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on with the Yankees. I think they're not a great team, man. I think they need to do something. I think the guy for them is Corey Seager, get a left-handed bat, but Dodgers are not trading him. And Dodgers are definitely I'm confident they're going to resign him after this year. So Yankees, their situation's interesting. If there's any Yankee fans who want to tell me I'm stupid, feel free, call in. I want to hear you guys' takes. So let's get into some call-ins now. Let me get the link for you guys. This is obviously my favorite part of the show, man. I love talking Mets, talking Yankees, talking MLB with all you guys. If you guys know anyone who's interested, likes baseball, let them know about the show, man. It likes to talk baseball with people. That's my favorite thing about the show. You guys know, love to go into the chat. Speaking of the chat, dump the Cano contract. Where are you gonna? That was another option, man. But where do you trade him? Who's gonna take him? I'm not trading a top tier prospect just to get Robinson Cano off the books. I'll eat the money. I don't care. That's just my thoughts, man. So if you guys want to call in, like I said, StreamYard link is in the chat. Should probably pin it, but I'm lazy. That's not a good thing to say. Oh well. Also, for all you NFL fans, at 8:10, I'm going to be doing a pre-draft stream. You guys can call in then too. I'll do a mock draft, stuff like that. If you guys want to know, if you want me to change the name, because I like the name Big Apple Baseball Banter. It's weird if I'm also posting football stuff though. So, let me know what you guys think. If you have any name suggestions, I'm going to keep Big Apple Baseball Banter as the series, of course, as the podcast, which, like I said, this will be going up on all your podcasting platforms after the stream's done. I'm going to get the game on too. Let me see if it's going to work now that once we wait for people to call in. But it should be an interesting, it's a 2-game series. The Mets need a W tonight. Obviously, DeGrom's already given up a run, which is unheard of. But we really need to win this one, man. Last night was ugly. This offense needs to get better. Francisco Lindor was talking about he doesn't feel like he's in a slump. Also, here's the thing I forgot to talk about: the whole booing thing with Francisco Lindor. Now, I don't ever tell anyone how to be a fan. I hate when people say, "Oh, you can't do this, can't do that." Now, I would never do it. I don't think I would ever boo him. This many games into the season, I think it's kind of ridiculous. I'm not going to tell people how to be a fan. I think that's pretty ridiculous, but yeah, those are just my thoughts. If you want to boo him. If you don't. I'm in team don't, but I'm not gonna tell you how to be a fan, like I said. So I'm gonna get the game on here. Once I wait, if anyone wants to call in tonight. If not, we'll probably cut the show short just because I don't have anything else to talk about. Getting the game on right here. If anyone wants to call in, like I said, feel free. If not, I'm probably gonna end the show. Commercial break right now. Top of the third. Sox are up 1-0, unfortunately. Mets need to get some runs, man. Nick Pivetta, guy they're familiar with. So I'll probably chill you another couple minutes and then. If you guys got any questions in the chat, feel free to ask. Oh, we got a caller. Time to save the show. Let's go to Jose, what's up, man?
Elias.
What's up, bro?
I,
I was wondering where you're at,
I,
man. I was like, I don't
I,
have any callers. What's up with this?
I was taking my pills.
Oh, no worries, man.
You know,
How you doing, bro?
I'm here to save the Titanic.
See the Titanic. Yeah, it shows us things. I'm not used to the whole solo thing, you know. I'm going solo
Well,
now, so
that's why you need me as a co-
exactly. That's why I need the callers, man. I'm not interesting. I don't have enough to talk about.
No, you need a co-host. I'm your guy.
Exactly. So
So,
I'm checking out how the Angels been. Oh,
well,
6-1 loss to Texas last night. Oh, yikes.
thank you, Quintana.
Oh,
You good?
he's been dreadful,
You
right?
good for
10 ERA.
you good for nothing piece of monkey crap. And yes, I'm not upset about it, but I saw you were in the chat of my video and Darren's internet kept going out, and I was saying, Elias, if you're here, come join.
I was busy, man. I'll come to the next one.
I was saying,
I'll definitely come to one of the next ones.
I was saying, come save the
Yeah, I saw that line. That was funny. Yeah, so Jose Quintana currently is rocking a 10.13 ERA in 13 innings, 19 strikeouts, and a 2.33 WHIP. So good job, Quintana.
I'm surprised the ERA isn't higher.
He's been that bad. I mean,
Yes.
when that move happened, I'm like, is that all the Angels are gonna do? Like this pitching staff, like he's like a 5-starter, like, and you're relying on him to be like your 3.
I know. Now, I saw in the chat of Let's Talk Jets Radio, you wanted me to name 10 Mets.
Yeah, 10 Mets.
I can do that.
10 Mets from when?
Ever.
How about you
Ever.
name all the starting lineup for the Mets 2015 team? For like their World Series team.
The only one I remember is Daniel Murphy.
Yep.
And I think Cespedes was on.
Yep, Cespedes.
With no, Cano wasn't on that team.
Oh no. We got him in 2019. Daniel Murphy was the second baseman, so.
Yeah, that's right. I honestly can't remember. But I can name 10 Mets.
Just any time period, just name me 10 Mets. Go.
Darryl Strawberry.
Yep.
Who went to high school where I live now.
Oh, cool.
Go look that up. David Cone.
Yep.
Who then became a Yankee. Carlos Delgado.
Yep.
Carlos Beltran. Jose Reyes.
You hear that? When he said Carlos Beltran, I started banging the trash can.
Good. Yeah. Jose Reyes.
Yep.
Todd Hundley.
Yep.
Robin Ventura.
Yep.
Benny. I can't pronounce his last name. He was number 50 when you guys were in the World Series against the Yankees. I can't pronounce his last name. Benny Ayubushi?
Close enough.
I can't pronounce that name.
All good.
Can you?
Nope. What number was he? Yeah, that's before my 50. Time, but I'm trying to.
50.
Come on, Dom. Oh, thank God. Game on right now. Dom Smith just made a solid catch. When you have your first baseman playing left field, you always hold your breath every time the ball goes out there.
Exactly. Well, it's better than Well, maybe he would be a better third baseman
Well, he's
than JD.
left-handed, so he can't. You
Okay.
can't play you can't play third if you're left-handed.
Oh,
But I think anyone's better than JD Davis.
exactly. That's exactly my point.
He's bad.
Now, let me go on naming. I think I have three
How many
more.
Mets can you name from this year, the season we're having right now?
JD Davis,
Yep.
Michael Conforto,
Yep.
Pete Alonso.
Yep.
Uh, don't ask me to name your second baseman. I can't. I can't even. Your catcher is. Damn, I was watching the Mets a couple of days.
You haven't named like the two easiest ones.
James McCann,
Yep.
Noah Syndergaard,
Yep.
Jason DeGrom was gonna look good.
Jacob DeGrom.
Jacob.
Yep. You haven't named our big offseason acquirement, dude.
Oh, Lindor.
Francisco. Yep.
Lindor.
And who else did we get in that trade?
I honestly don't know, man.
Yeah, Carlos Carrasco. Here, let me see how many Angels I can name.
All right, go ahead.
Max Stassi,
Yeah.
Jared Walsh.
How do you know that?
I don't know why. Because I do.
What is
David Fletcher, Jose Iglesias,
Yes.
Anthony Rendon. What's his name? Justin Upton, Mike Trout. It's not Joe Adele. Who's the right fielder right now? I mean, before Dexter Fowler went down. What's his name?
There is no right fielder. We're switching them in and out.
Let me look it up. It's Oh, I guess you don't have one right now. Who's the top prospect? Who's the right fielder? Who is it? Brandon Marsh. That's who I was thinking of. But I guess he's not up right now.
No.
Shohei Ohtani, Andrew Heaney, Dylan Bundy, Jose Quintana, Griffin Canning. You got Raisel Iglesias. And I can't name anyone in your bullpen outside of that.
God damn, you named almost our whole.
Yes, sir.
Team.
Yeah, I gotta know how bad they are.
Oh God, we're doing better than Texas and Oakland right now.
Oakland's won like 5 in a row, 9 in a row, or something.
I mean,
they're in first place right now. LA's in fourth, like I said they are. And you know what you have to do if LA finishes in fourth place, right? You have to shotgun that beer on the channel.
The same thing I have to do tomorrow.
Oh, you have to do it tomorrow. I'm gonna be. You make sure to do it for the pre-show. I'm doing the guitar battle.
Speaking of that, can I get a little preview?
Well, preview to what?
Tomorrow.
What about it?
Can I get a little preview from you?
What from the? Oh, what are my draft thoughts?
No, the guitar battle.
Nope, you're gonna have to wait for tomorrow.
Come. At least
only a way, man.
At least tell me what you're gonna be playing.
I'm gonna be playing an original song, so no one knows it. So it's perfect.
Oh.
And Tim's gonna play an original he wrote called like Primetime Blues. It's probably about like Sam Darnold or something.
Yes, it is.
So I'm really excited to hear that.
You said it was. Were you there when I roasted everyone on Monday night?
Which time? It seems like you roast everyone every time.
On Monday.
That's the live. Is that the Tuesday? No, the live stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you called Primetime Mr. Canseco, that was the funniest part.
No. I'm talking about 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah. I was on that.
No, were you there when I got on?
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said you wanted to be.
Yeah, I want to interview on your channel.
Oh, speaking of that, I have an idea. We can do You know how you said last week it's baseball therapy? We should do a show called Sports Therapy.
Ooh, I like
And
that
just
idea.
make it on like a Saturday or something.
Yeah,
And
I
bring
mean, I'm usually
and
busy on Saturdays, but yeah, we can find some time for that. I'm down.
yeah, and bring up the guy Cassandra, Afro,
Hey.
David. I like those guys.
Yeah, I can contribute in the baseball and football. I don't know anything about the other sports, but
I don't know. I don't know anything about hockey. I just want to hear Cassandra wrote on
yeah,
her
about the
flyer.
Flyers. Yeah, on her Twitter.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Yep.
All right, man. All right, man. I'm gonna go eat,
Yeah, of
and
course, man. Thanks for calling in.
I'll be back for the Jets stream.
Appreciate it, man.
All right. See you then.
All right, I'll see you next time, man. Have a good one.
All right, later.
Yo, shout out to Jose for calling in, man. Appreciate it from him. I'm gonna end the stream here though. Appreciate you guys joining. Still getting kind of comfortable in the whole kind of solo thing, but hopefully you get some more callers next time because that's my favorite part, of course. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.